to the Indie Wrestling Guy with your hosts, the Hall of Fame referee, JHawk, the not-so-mysterious benefactor, JGold, and the legendary Charly Butters.
We're all downers, man. I look at all of us right now, and it's JHawk definitely just woke up from a nap.
Yeah.
JGold's ready for bed. I'm ready for bed.
It's been a long weekend.
Yeah, we're recording this on Memorial Day. We took the kids to the Akron Zoo today, and my ass can't fucking stand up for 3 hours in a row anymore. I was like, I just can't fucking do it.
How far is Akron from your house?
45 minutes to an hour, depending on how we go. Not bad at all. And it's a small zoo, so it only takes 3 hours to go through. Like, it's not.
Oh, it's not like the Bronx Zoo where you can spend like the whole day.
We thought about doing the Cleveland Zoo, but Jamie and I are both like, we're too old to walk that entire damn thing at this point. That's a big zoo.
Yeah.
No. We went the smaller route.
We did the there's a zoo
Plus,
in New
that's where
Jersey.
she escaped from. So if she went back to, they might actually fucking keep her.
Stop it.
No, I'm not going to yell at him for that, but we were teasing Logan that we were just going to throw him in the monkey cage so we can be back with his relatives and be done with it. Back where we picked him up from. So.
Oh, no.
I won't even yell at Butter for that one this time around.
I don't know.
Come on, it was right there, Josh.
Oh, I know it was.
Right there, brother.
I know it was. I know. I know. I was just trying to I did not want to insult our friend JHawk, who missed the 24-hour main event wrestling network stream. And I gotta say, Butters, you joining me at the 11 o'clock hour was fucking awesome. I wanted to tell you that as we were recording. That was fucking great.
Yeah, man. I knew like we could do something fun with it.
Yeah.
And I definitely wasn't
triggering me. Yeah.
I definitely wasn't getting up at 7 o'clock to do that one with you. So thankfully Alberti did that one with you. But I was like, I could do this late one, and because I'm up anyway, I was like, I'm sure we could come up with some fun stuff to do. And we ended up watching a bunch of like matches and like just discussing indie wrestling and kind of really getting involved with that, because so much of the network is like mainstream stuff. So it's really cool to show everybody what else is out there. So like we showed them that ladder match from EWR in Canada. We showed them our 6-man tag that comes out on Tuesday this week from the 3rd year anniversary show of Neo Pro.
Yeah.
We watched a match between
we did that socially distanced match between Janela and Jimmy Lloyd.
Yeah, we watched clips of that.
Yeah.
We watched what was that other match they had us watch?
Mustafa Ali and Trey Miguel.
Yeah.
That was cool from Warrior Wrestling. We did a lot of good stuff. I think I can't believe, first of all, we had no technical glitches the entire 24 hours, which was pretty fucking amazing. I jumped on there a bunch of different times. Yeah, my 7 o'clock. Thank God for Alberti, because I was just gonna, try to either go over what was going on SmackDown the night before, or just kind of. I tried to wake my daughter up, and she just wouldn't get up. So I was like, "You coming?" And then I get in there at 6:30. I'm like, "Hey, I'm going downstairs and I'll make some coffee, and then when I get started, I'm like, you want to do it?" And she goes, yeah. And then I'm down there and I'm like, oh, this chick's not coming down here. I'm like, God damn it, she's sleeping. So I left her and her friend sleeping, and I was like, okay, I'll just figure it out. But Dustin, he pinged me the other day and was like, hey, can I, do you want to do that? And I said, yeah, that's great. So we did that. She came on for 2 hours and did like picks with us in the afternoon. And then we did a nice sign off. So, and you also jumped in a few times too, right? During the day?
Yeah, I came on at like, I don't know, it was like 4:30, 5 o'clock for a little bit.
Yeah.
Right after work, because they were talking about chips. And I'm just like, what are you guys doing? We're supposed to be talking about wrestling. You guys are talking about chips.
Well,
it's a 24-hour stream. At some point.
Exactly. Yeah.
There's plenty to do. So then we were talking about some other stuff and like looking stuff up, and then they like wanted us to plug all our stuff real quick, and then they took over for the final bit.
Yeah, OTM did their thing. But yeah, we got a lot of new subscribers on that main event channel, and it was a little bit of buzz, and I it's ambitious, man. Like I looked around, and I'm not just blowing smoke up our asses, but I looked around. There's nobody trying stuff like that. We tried something different, and hopefully it got a little more. Like even AIW retweeted us because we had Dustin on, and that's nice to get a rub, with that kind of viewership. And Vic Joseph retweeted our NXT Night Shift show. So there's we're trying to get like this network up and running, and there's more content coming, especially for us doing indie stuff. No one else does what we do. So I think we need to appreciate that we are some of the better of the indie wrestling podcasts, and we cover a lot of ground. So it was great. I really enjoyed it. I think it was a nice way to spend like that first night of Memorial Day weekend. We had nothing else to do. And a lot of people were able to jump in and out. Then I went to go see Mission Impossible. So that was fun. Yeah, that movie was fun. It was 3 hours long, and it was really hot in the theater, so I took my socks off because I couldn't take my shirt off.
What?
Yeah.
Bro, come on.
I couldn't help
socks?
it, dude. I know, I couldn't help it. My feet were sweating. It was so hot in that room. I was like, I got to get something's got to come off here. I was in a t-shirt and shorts. I'm like, something's got to come off. So I pulled my socks off.
Dude, if I was in a movie theater and some dude started taking off his socks, I'd be fucking angry as hell.
I'm trying to eat my fucking popcorn here. I don't want to smell your fucking
Dude,
feet.
I sit on the end for that reason. And I make sure that I'm out of people's way. Like, I'm all the way in the back. I sit on the end, and I took my socks off. So it was good. And I enjoyed that movie, and it was a good way to spend, like, the whole Memorial Day. We ended up getting Harper Crocs for camp and this and that. We were at my in-laws yesterday for a whole day for her birthday. Did I send you the picture? So we did my mother-in-law's birthday and my birthday combined because my birthday's in a week. And it says, "Happy birthday, Grandma and John." They didn't even write my name right. So that's fantastic. So that's how I get treated at the in-laws' house, John. So anyway, it was a very productive weekend, and I'm really proud of the main event guys because everybody kind of really came up big. And Tino's a fucking maniac. That dude was on for like 9.5 hours out of the 24 hours. So
yeah, I definitely want to start doing stuff like that with you guys. If they do that again, if they do that again, hit me up. But
we got some good ideas too. Like me and Great Brown Hope are gonna do. Next time we're gonna set aside like an hour and we're gonna rip packs of cards open and stuff like that. So we're gonna do some cool stuff on the next one whenever they decide to do it. I got some ideas for it. So.
Yeah, you guys, and the best part about that is if you put up a show and you guys just go and run with it, Kyle will give you a platform to just do it live, and you guys could just go. And that's what's kind of cool about the network is that there's always some way to get on live, and it'll just post to the main event's YouTube. So if anybody has ideas, we can always jump in, all of us. What else we got? What else happened? Anything? Because we are on a Memorial Day weekend where we're just beat to shit right now.
I worked Saturday and that was it. I've been off. I went and got my tattoo filled in some more and more work done on it that it's needed for like 13, 14 years now. So, and it was very reasonably priced. My tattoo artist is awesome. I literally just talked her ear off for the entire 2 hours we were there. I think we only stopped once during that 2 hours. She needed to switch something out, and I needed to sit up because like I was getting a cramp in my butt. But other than that, it was fine. Like it just felt like a nice sunburn on my arm for a little bit, and it's fine today. I still got the second skin on it. I got one more session on it, and it'll be done. And then I sent her like 7 or 8 photos of other tattoos I want. So I was like, we're gonna fill this up in June. I was like, I'm gonna be in a lot of pain in June. I'm getting a lot of tattoos done.
Fuck yeah, get all that shit done. Get a lot of work done. Do it all up.
Yeah, my Goosebumps one is pretty much all healed. I'm getting this one of a bat for my dad. I found this really cool, like classic pinup girl, and it says "Timeless" in it. It's like a thing for Tony Storm. I found this other one I'm gonna get with my cat and like an alien spaceship, and like just a bunch of weird shit on my arm. And then like Sir Hiss when he like crossed his arms in the basket. Yeah, and I'm gonna get that on me.
How long is that going to take? That's going to be an entire sleeve or 2 sleeves. How long? What are you going to do there?
All that's going to be like probably separate sessions. Like it'll probably be like a couple small ones in one session, and then those other ones will be a little bit bigger. So there'll be like probably one session with just one, and then my whole shin is going to be like wrestling related. So there's going to be like a Jushin Liger mask, Rey Mysterio mask, Danhausen.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
I have the pictures and stuff too. Like this this British artist, Alec Hugill, did it, and he like posted them. And I know some people have already gotten the Liger one done, but I'm not getting it exact. I'm going to have some different stuff added to it, so mine's more unique. But he did ones of he did all three of those, and then I was also talking about getting one done of Dom's mask that now resides on my.
Yeah, that's cool.
On there, but we'll see, because the older I get, it's just going to turn into a purple blob and look like a grape on me. So I don't know if it'll be worth it or not. So we'll see.
Yeah. Oh, life in your skin doesn't age well. Oh boy. So what's up? What else we got? We got shout outs, and
we got to shout out
let's
some people.
Do it. Yeah.
Shout out Zach, Andrew, and of course Patty.
Shout out Patty. Hey. Patty, I hope you watched some of the stream. I think it was pretty good if you were around to watch it. I'd like your opinion.
I don't know. She might have to go back and watch it. We might have to send her a link to go back and watch our portion of it. I'll shoot her
a link. Yeah. I want her to tell us what she thinks. I'll definitely send her a link. Hell yeah. So what's on?
What's on?
What the fuck is on?
What's on this weekend?
All right, well, I'm going to do something a little different here today. I'm going to ignore Twitter, and I'm going to go to YouTube, because this Friday night, actually, Friday is not the right day, I'm sorry. It is this Sunday night, coming Sunday night, June the 1st. Prestige Wrestling, Deadlock Pro Wrestling, and West Coast Pro Wrestling will present United from the Vermont, Hollywood, and Los Angeles, California. This will be at 10 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Pacific start. Among the matches already signed for that, Kevin Blackwood defending the West Coast Pro Heavyweight title against Shane Haste, Alan Angel defending the Prestige Championship against Jordan Oliver, and Cedric Alexander against Trevor Lee.
That's cool. So over on the Independent Wrestling Television Network, I'm going with St. Louis Anarchy, and that is a Legacy of Fury Friday night, May 30th. That's at 8 o'clock. Noah Clover versus the Luminary, Chase Holiday versus Ashlyn Alexander, Ken Broadway, who's a going to be on that ETU show we're going to be looking at, versus Luke Langley, Gwen Neodonna versus Shazza McKenzie. Who would have thought Shazza McKenzie's still doing it? Good for her. Mike Outlaw versus Laney Luck, Nick King, Billy Starks, and then you got the Destination Championship, Aaron Williams versus Camaro Jackson. That is all on a Friday night, May 30th on the Independent Wrestling Television Network.
You know, it's super annoying when West Coast promotions put on shows late for their time, so that it's super late for us on the East Coast.
Yeah.
At least with All In, they're doing it at like 3 in the afternoon. It's like Central Time.
Mm-hmm.
So like it'll be like normal time it'll be like still early, but it'll be like reasonably on a Saturday. So like when it's all said and done, we can still probably like go out and do something afterwards.
I mean, they got to do that because you're also playing to the European crowd. That shit's going to go all over the world. So you got to make sure that it's reasonable as far as the timing goes.
Okay, I did want to make one correction, JGold. I came out earlier today. Mike Outlaw actually covered a quadricep injury that's going to require surgery, so he is not going to be on that card. They just announced that about a few hours ago.
Oh, okay. All right, I'm sure there'll be a substitute for that one. They just
you know, if somebody tuned into that and then he wasn't on there, I'm sure we would hear about it too. Like they would just been so angry at us for giving them false information.
I'm sure it wouldn't be a big deal, but I'm aware of that as of this recording. I want to just get that out there. I happened to see it earlier. So.
It's okay, JHawk. We understand you're anal. It's okay.
By the way, this Thursday,
your nickname in college was Anal Boy. We know.
Anal Boy. I don't think it was that.
Yeah,
no, that was not it.
Well, I am running in the JP Morgan Corporate Challenge on Thursday, so it's a 5K, and all the companies do go against each other. So I'm doing that, even though I don't know if I'm going to be able to run the whole thing. That's 3.5 miles. I don't think I'll be able to do the whole thing, but we'll see.
He's going to walk most of it.
Yes, most of it. Yep.
It's a fun run, race for the cure for rabies.
Yeah, rabies. That's what it is.
If I was gonna be there, I would line up cups on the side and tell them, hey, one of these is actually vodka. Good luck.
Right. Pick which one. Yeah. Well, I mean, a lot of people who do drink before, or do it as like a walk and like a fun thing for the company. And so I'm the one who's organizing it for my department. HR never sleeps, does it? So that's that. But Yeah, I'll be there. If anybody is in New York in Central Park that day,
Dude, you should specifically hire like some really world-class runners for your company just to win it for your company.
They're not even, dude. There are people who do that. They're
Yeah.
like the big corporations have guys who are training all year for it, so they get to go up front. Like if you're a serious like road runner, like if you're in the Road Runner Association or run marathons, you get to be up front because the idiots like me, stop you up on your pace. So they get to start up front, and I have to sit in the back and wait till they let me go through the stupid gates. Yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yep. Anyway, let's get to it.
Doing a review.
This week, we are going to be reviewing Expect the Unexpected Wrestling, Whatever It Takes, which took place on May 18, 2025, from the Mecca in Ridgefield Park, New Jersey, and aired live on independentwrestling.tv. You can view this on demand now. They've got a new staging area with a new ramp, I'm guessing, to keep people from killing themselves diving on that side of the ring. That was a nice touch.
It was built for one guy. And we know that guy. It was built for one guy so he doesn't go diving into the crowd and destroying himself. Yeah.
Expect the unexpected, except when you expect the expected.
Well, listen, the East Coast doesn't get the same thing as you guys do. So a lot of these matchups are all new, and the crowd is appreciative of it. And I like the presentation of ETU. I love that they're really, you don't get every show with their own turnbuckles and their own aprons and advertising on their entranceway. So it's nice to see such a buttoned up production when they do it. And Jack and Alyssa Marino, right? Those were the two on commentary for us this week, and I thought they did a really good job.
Jack had a very, very southern accent, it felt like, that I didn't notice on the podcast, that like it seems to kind of come through on that. I was very...
Oh yeah,
like, huh? Yeah, it felt like it. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. I'm probably crazy.
It may have been how he sounded playing off of Alyssa Marino. So who knows?
I will. Yeah. My number one complaint is a complaint I had the last time we watched them. They do not know how to white balance their shit because everything looked fucking blue the entire show. Like
that's
everything
those lights. Yeah, it's hard.
Blue.
It's hard. Those lights are the lights that they use, and then when it's dimmed in that building, it doesn't. It's not ideal as far as how that comes up. But that's a work in progress.
Well, that's. The camera people should be able to fucking white balance that shit. It makes no sense. Like AIW doesn't even have professional team and they fucking do it correctly. I don't understand.
I dig it. Yep.
So that's my only complaint. Other than that, I thought the show was excellent. And the main event didn't need to be 25 minutes, but other than that, the show was excellent.
Yeah,
that's your classic Marcus Mathers, but we'll get into that.
Yeah, that's classic Marcus.
Yeah, we'll get into that. This was a nice, tight show, though, about 2 hours and 50 minutes with intermission. Perfect.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Our opening contest was a grudge match. Janai Kai taking on Becca. And right off the bat, Becca singing her song, and Janai Kai like, fuck this, and like starts shaking around the arena, and Becca trying to sing her song while she's running away from Janai Kai, which was a great touch.
But Becca is all in, yeah.
Becca is over with the crowd. They were chanting like the on Becca, on God. That's Star
they
quality right
here.
There. Like she's fucking over. So
they love Becca in New Jersey and New York. They love her. She is like she's like when she just shows all over here, and the crowd absolutely eats up. Janai, I will say something for Janai. I love the way she looks. Her presentation. I want her to work on her in-ring promos a little more because she spoke at the beginning of this match, and I think there needs to be a little more bass in her voice, if like a little more demon to her. So, but I mean, they beat the shit out of each other, and I made note of that while I was watching it because I did see a few of these matches live before I had to go to football that day. But they beat the shit out of each other. Like there was no pulling, there was no like stupid gimmicky punches or anything. They just kicked each other a bunch, both sides.
They definitely didn't hold back, and like you can tell when like. It's very noticeable in women's wrestling when they hold back and like they kind of like bump weird or like hit moves weird. There was none of that in this match. They were legit like throwing bombs like the guys do. Yeah. Everything looked like a men's match. Like they looked excellent. I have no complaints on this match.
And I think this match with the end, I do think this is not the last you've seen of these two. I think they're going to give us one more. And Summer Madness is coming up this July. So there's some really big matches that are coming, and I've seen a bunch of different things. So I think this one, I don't think this is the last you've seen of these two. We might see them do something with no DQ. Who knows?
For sure,
But,
because I mean, it ended in DQ. Jeanette
Yeah.
Kai like looked at Struggles like, "What the fuck?" And he's just like, "You're the one that hit her with the chair." Like,
I love that, by the way. I love
So-
when he's there, like sitting there, like pacing back and forth.
just
Al
like, he
looks
put
at
his
him.
hands up and was just looking at her like, "You did it. I don't know. What are you yelling at me for?"
Yeah. We called it a grudge match. We didn't say no DQ. It's not our fault.
Yeah, that was a good match. So I like
her-
that's a hot start.
The song she did for this match, though, was fucking hilarious too.
Yeah.
Like I listened to it last week. I was laughing pretty good
She's
at it.
100% all in with this gimmick too. Like she gives you
and
all
it's,
the
it's
songs.
not like it's Jillian Hall bad either. Like
Yeah.
Jillian Hall was just straight trash. This is actually like it's not great, but it's not bad. It's okay and it's funny, and that's
Yes.
what makes it work.
Yep.
It's not good because she's legitimately not good. She's not trying to be bad. Does that make sense? I'm not gonna. Yeah, go ahead.
Yes.
What's that? I say that Becca's probably a really great singer and actually trying to be bad, and I just shit on her for no reason. But
Right.
it doesn't come off like she's trying to be bad on purpose.
Yeah, I agree there.
Okay, so from there we have a four-corner survival match: Gabriel Sky, Braden Toon, Conan Lycan, and Ultra Jaguar.
Yeah, I am a monster fan of Conan Lycan. By the way, that dude is going to be something on the indies. You're going to see a lot more of him. But holy shit, dude, him and Braden Toon. And I think we're going to try to get Braden Toon on in the summer. He's a fascinating guy and a young and has worked in Alabama. I think it is all over the place. He lives down there. Him and Conan Lycan beating the shit out of each other. Gabe Sky, I didn't know we were wearing dirty trunks out to the ring. You know, we wash our trunks even after the death matches, son. So we need to do that. And Ultra Jaguar looks so familiar to me, but Ultra Jaguar was doing his thing. But I was really focused on Braden Toon and Conan Lycan. And those are two
shit
big
was
men.
so fast paced. Like that was balls to the wall. Like they were like, we have 10 minutes, let's go.
Yep.
And they just fucking threw everything they could out there, and like it was ridiculous. I was legitimately sitting there like this. Why didn't this open the show for how fast paced and how like just off the wall it was? And like, I mean, I after it finished, I was like, okay, I could see where we're going with things as far as like why it didn't open. But damn, this was a lot of fun. This was everything that kind of followed it, like with like how everything flowed after this made sense as to why it didn't open. But it was pandemonium, man. It was really good.
Yeah. And Conan Lycan, I'm telling you, is going to be a monster star. Like if it was up to me, I'd have him, you know, in the next couple of shows really get built. And then whoever is the champ, I'd have him really, you know, get an opportunity at it. If it's not Big Sam or Josh Bishop, Conan Lycan would be my third guy on that list.
Conan Lycan step in there with them. Like, well, imagine a four-way with PB, Sam, Josh, and Conan Lycan.
Yeah, that would legitimately tear the ring apart. Yeah. Yep.
You said earlier that Ultra Jaguar reminds you of somebody. He reminds you of a Mexican legend. I mean, that's what he is.
Right. That he reminds me of the Mexican legend. Is it
that, or is it the fishnet that's just reminding you of your time in the 90s?
You know what? Those were wild times.
One of those twinks in the clubs that you used to fool around with.
Those were wild times. But yes, that's part of what he reminds me of.
Yeah, but really fun stuff. With really too fast paced to really take a ton of notes on it. At one point, Braden 2 went for a pin, but apparently in ETU rules, legal men are a thing in four-corner survival matches. So Gina didn't count the pin.
Yeah, I noticed there was like a tag at one point in it, and I was like, "There's tags in this four-way? What is happening right now?"
Yeah, I assume those ETU rules, which is fine, but I'm so used to four-corner matches kind of just being anything goes.
Yeah,
that threw me for a loop. But that did lead to Conan Lycan hitting Gabe Sky with the Stormbreaker, getting the pin. And then we got a Braden Toon, Conan Lycan stare down after the match.
Did you like how he did the cartwheel over the body to do the pin? So that he could do the stare down with Braden Toon as he pinned him?
And I was actually really glad that Braden Toon did the he did the moonsault off the middle rope instead of going to the top into the crowd, and they got rid of the barricades so he didn't have to hurt himself.
Yeah, we have a giant sponsors banner that you were supposed to take home with you, but I didn't bring me to Cleveland.
Right.
So when you come out for Absolution, I'll give it to you. Or if they decide to do the right thing and book Mikey Montgomery this year, I will bring it out with me.
Yeah. Maybe we should change his name. Then they won't know who it is. Like we could change it to like Marty Monterey or something, and see if
change it to like Ultra Liger, and then they'll book him. They'll book him against Ultra Jaguar.
We could change it so that they don't know who it is. We'll be like, we got this hot prospect, and I'm telling you, I'll sponsor him, and it's Marty Monterey coming in. You never know.
Yeah.
Anyway, next.
Okay, we get a Joke of Alexander promo, and then it's Yakuro Kwan against Joke of A-Game Alexander.
A-Game. This dude is really starting to come on. I mean, he is. I don't see a lot of him, and we see him here in ETU, and he wrestled Mikowski last time, and holy shit, I'm very impressed with this kid. Akuro Kwan is great, but this guy is really he's coming.
When they were distracting the ref for Mikowski to hit him with the kendo stick, did they cover the ref's ears so the ref didn't hear the giant, loud crack of a kendo stick over somebody's back?
Butters. It could have been a fan clapping. You never know. But they were trying to recruit him. You know.
Here's the thing: you can't call what you can't see. You can hear all you want. You can know what happened, but if you don't see it, you can't call it.
Yeah, I like that. I like that angle, JHawk. You're right.
I was just curious if they were smart and covered his ear so that he didn't hear it and turn around and see like real quick, because he still didn't turn around afterwards. So I was curious.
Who was the JHawk? Do you remember the ref for that match? I know that they have Gina and Nick Shin and a bunch of guys who do their shows.
That was DM Stevens.
Oh, okay. The best referee in 2024, was Nick Shin, according to Nick Shin. Just remember that.
Yeah, got published in Pro Wrestling Illustrated and everything.
Oh, Nick Shin, the greatest, according to Nick Shin.
Yeah, I like Nick, but that was not a good look.
It's fantastic. It's absolutely the most fantastic thing ever. But yeah, this was a good match. The Expected is one of the more influential factions in ETU right now. So, and Matt Mako is that dude is just, he is going to be he had so much momentum, then he got hurt, and then he has more momentum. So I'm hoping that he gets more of his flowers. He gets on a lot more shows and just keeps going.
Yeah, I like Vic a lot because Vic was a completely different match from the first two. He had almost like an MMA type of feel for the first few minutes.
Yeah.
Then they start throwing in the scooplex, which looked nice. That springboard cutter Alexander did, I honestly thought when I first saw that should have been the finish. That was sweet. But of course, that's not where they're going. They wanted the Expected to come out and do their thing.
Yep.
Matt Mako using that kendo stick, as we mentioned before. And Kwan with a couple of moves to the neck. A neck crank, a bearing buster, rolling neck snap, and the pin.
Yep.
After the match, Kwan actually offered the handshake. A-Game spits at him and goes to the back. So, no interesting turn of events there. You then get Matt Mako and Austin Luke cutting a promo saying, hey, Tommy Vendetta's not in the building. Malcolm Monroe III got to come out and fake it by himself. And Malcolm Monroe III's like, nope, that's not happening. And Ken Broadway comes out.
Yeah. The aforementioned Kenny Broadway, who starting to really look the part. And they love him over there in ETU. He hasn't been around in a while, and now he's back. And I love it.
Yeah. This match is no disqualification, and they waste no time bringing out the plunder and going to the floor.
Mm-hmm.
This one's just kind of wild. Matt Mako did a broken kendo stick in the Monroe forehead at one point, so we get our mandatory "you kick fuck" chant of the show.
Mandatory.
Really fun stuff here.
Yeah, it's definitely another one of those. I watch matches at AIW, and I know what I'm getting as far as how they feel, as far as Midwestern wrestling. When I watch Enjoy, when I watch 880, this one when I watch ETU, that's how I feel. It's my that's if I was in Long Island, that's a New York, New Jersey type match. That's exactly what I want to see. It just feels like I don't know how to explain it, but it just feels like it should be in this area where I am, as opposed to in Ohio. You know what I mean? There's just a feel to the roster and to the guys that these matches this one especially, that kind of just feels like, yeah, I would see this match here in New York all the time. So.
We're Broadway at one point runs down the ramp, dives into the ring with a double flying tackle. That looks great.
Mm-hmm.
But Expected does get the win. Mako getting the cross arm breaker on MM3 for the win. Good stuff, though. Good way to go into intermission here. Get the crowd hot. you get intermission at at the natural cooldown.
But I know I know that they do that there. I don't ETU. I really don't feel like they need an intermission on their shows. If you want to, people hang out at the Mecca, and if you're gonna, you know what a cool idea would be, just make the end like an extended meet and greet time. Like I know people have to make flights and stuff like that, but the intermission, I tend to see that people run to the 7-Eleven down the street. They go outside and they get, they hit the vape and get themselves going. They're not buying as much as I think in the beginning and at the end. At the end, if you stick around at the Mecca, you can sit there until they clean up, till they fold the ring up and put it away. And like you get pictures and merch and shit like that. So I don't really know if they need an intermission for every show, especially when nothing happened in that match that they needed to clean up. You know what I mean?
I am a fan of intermission at wrestling show. I want to take that few minutes to know I can use the restroom and not miss something, or I can get something to drink and not miss something. Like I don't want to feel like I got to rush back to my seat.
Good point. Yep, that's a good point.
JGold told me that there's always a women's match, so he can always use the bathroom and get something to drink during that time.
That's not true. That's the furthest thing from true.
I said, "Holy shit, that's fucked up, man. That's really sexist." And he was like, "Yeah, I know. Don't tell nobody." But then I just told everybody.
That's the furthest thing from the truth. I do not do that.
Yeah, don't tell Jocelyn Navarro I do that because she'll kill me. And
Jocelyn would fucking murder me if she heard. Like if she was like,
she listens to the show too, so
yes.
I know she's going to hear about this and she's going to question you about it this week, and I'm going to have to I'm going to send her the text messages where you said it. So
it's not true. It's not at all, Jocelyn. Please, it's definitely not true.
On an unrelated note, JHawk, what's that app that you can fake messages?
Fucking idiot. Oh, all right. Okay, we're back.
All right, we come back from intermission, which was a nice tight 15-minute intermission, and that's perfect, by the way. If you're going to do an intermission, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
It does not need to be 20 or 30 or 45. I've been to an indie show where the intermission was like 45 minutes.
Yeah, they go on forever. Yeah.
Unless you've got a freaking megastar that's doing the picture in the ring, like in the old school days, there's no reason for intermission to be longer than 15 minutes.
Like when the Beast Mortos was doing it at Hell on Earth and that guy fell in the ring. Fell in between.
Oh my God. Got stuck. He didn't fall in the ring. He got stuck in between the ring and the steps to get into the ring. Like, how the fuck do you manage to do that? Who knows? But that guy did.
Yep. All right. Well, doesn't happen here. They don't let anybody in the ring anyway.
But we come back from
yeah.
But we come back from the intermission with the triple threat match. Kylie Alexa, Gabby Forga, and Aaliyah James.
All sorts of Gabby Forza tossing chicks on their heads, just throw people around. That's exactly our friend Bagelmonger. He loves to see Gabby Forza because she just brings everything, like just throwing hands and fists and forearms and bench pressing and all sorts of shit.
Andrew's real big into muscle mommies, so that makes a lot of sense. I mean, so am I. So like Gabby does it for me. So
yeah. She just my one, and it'll still be a complaint until it happens, but the Nomi gimmick is cheese ball. Like, come on, Gabby, you're like a big, like you're just a monster. You're if you told me her nickname was the Juggernaut, I would believe you over Jordan Grace at this point because she is that much more powerful. So I think she needs something. The Nomi thing got over as a student, but now come on, let's see something where a little evolution where because she comes in and beats the shit out of people.
Yeah, I mean, if you've seen a triple threat match, they can get.
Mm-hmm.
It was fine. A lot of Alexa and Gabby one-on-one with Alexa working the arm.
Mm-hmm.
For an 8-minute match, I felt like that part dragged on forever. That's always my biggest issue with the triple threat, that third person just not being around for a minute at a time.
Yeah.
But it winds up being Aaliyah James because she's well-rested because she's not out there that often getting the win. Hitting Gabby Forga.
Waiting it out,
Good strategy.
Yep.
From there, we go to the ETU Atlantic Tag Team Championship. Joshua Bishop and Cam Hardway-Holloway against the new champion, the Killionaires Club. And I'm going to get here and say, Ref Gina here, perfect choice for the referee on this, because she made everybody look even bigger than they already are.
Mm-hmm.
And she still came off like she was assertive, she was a badass, she didn't look out of place.
Except for Bougie, who's small.
Yeah, but that Gina being the referee for this was the perfect decision.
Yeah, I I loved every second of this, and I love the ending too, and I like the strife that's happening. But I really think I understand what people kind of what people like over in the Cleveland area, like no PB like over there for a long time, and I understand, there's things here and there, but PB is the hell of he's transformed himself, especially like his skill set, and having a guy like Sam and Josh in the ring was exactly what I wanted to see. By the way, I just really wanted to see. I really wanted to see. The all four of those guys just kind of beat the shit out of each other. So
I thought it was interesting that they had multiple mishaps instead of just one big one at the end, to end up losing. It was really funny to me that they had Bougie as like the face in peril throughout the whole thing. Like it made sense. Like there was like just like a cheese thing to me. Like I wish you could switch it up and make it like somehow PB's the face in peril the whole time, and then Bougie gets in there and it hits like just takes out these two giants. It would have just been different. I don't know.
Yeah, but that's how the Killionaires Club always works. I mean, it's hard, but this is the only time, I think you're right. This is the only time that there can be there can be PB could be the in peril, because he'd be going up against guys who are the same size as him.
Yeah.
Yeah, this would be the only time to do it, though. It's almost impossible otherwise.
Right.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like with Big Cam in there, absolutely PB could have been faking apparel here, but 95% of the team Killionaire Club are going to take on. Like how believable is it going to be for for PB Smooth to get beat up by some of these guys? It is. Yeah, there is a limit to what you can do there. I don't necessarily disagree with you, Butter, but I mean that is the logic behind it.
Yeah.
But this was a ton of fun. It is Cam accidentally catching Bishop with the big boot. And
I'm so sad, by the way, I missed the show, because this was the match that I really had a vested interest in. But thankfully, the rumor is, and I don't want to spoil anything, but the rumor is everyone will be back for Summer Madness in some shape or form. And we did see a little bit of teasing, right, JHawk, at the end here?
Yeah, we got some arguing with Cam and Bishop after the match. Cam choked Bishop. I got to assume that one-on-one match is going to take place in Summer Madness. Obviously, it's not been announced yet, but that's the logical direction.
Well, I think I think we I think what we do is with Sam and Josh, the two of them look better than 90% of indies, like their body shape, their type. That is just brewing to like a great match. I know we've seen it over here in AIW, but I think the New York and New Jersey crowd deserves those two monsters, Godzilla and King Kong and each other.
You can Godzilla my King Kong.
Stupid.
Get a short hype video for the main event, and then it's time for the main event for the ETU Key to the East Championship. Marcus Mathers, the champion, defending against Mike Santana. And Butters kind of hinted on it earlier on that he thought this was too long. I'm thinking if you're voting for the IWTV Award at the end of the year, you guys need to remember for match of the year. But I love this match. It was fucking great.
I love Mike Santana, and I love Marcus. I wasn't always a huge Marcus fan. Like when he was in GCW and such, like I thought sometimes I just thought sometimes he tried too hard. But as he's gotten older and developed, and what ETU has done for him, and the amount of work that he puts in, I think the logical conclusion to this feud was this match. Mike Santana is a fucking star, and we know that anyway. But Struggles and him are cool, and Struggles loves Santana, and they love him in ETU. They love him in New York, New Jersey. He brings a big crowd out when he's there. It's exactly what I expected. It was a little long. It was definitely a little long. I think that sometimes those Mathers matches do go long, but I did enjoy the match itself. I mean, I think, both guys are extremely professional. So, there's not much to say about how that went on. I do think he is a good, both of them can be good, faces of a company. Even something like ETU or any indie, you say, hey, either one of these guys are our champion, you can draw money.
Yeah, I do enjoy that a lot. Just matching even through the whole way. There's no real bit where one person taking heat, one person got shine. Like they're going back and forth. Even for a lot of the match, which is a nice change of pace. We have a bunch of issues with the house light going off and on. To Santana and Mather's credit, like they weren't even affected by it. They just kept doing their shit. Really good stuff.
Yeah, all the spots they did, everything was just so well coordinated and well done by the two of them and the fans. So, I think something good about what ETU does is it's not so long of a show where by the main event the fans are burned out. They were definitely still hot, like as this match was going.
Yeah, Santana kicked out of Mather 450 at one point, and ETU done a good job of protecting that at the finish. Got a nice pop when he kicked out. Yet Santana being the defiant, on behalf of me, fuck you, and then spitting in Mather's face. And Mather still not being able to put him away after that, which is fantastic. Yeah, Santana gets a couple of lariats, only got one count off the second one. We get the fighting spirit from Mather coming back. Santana finally gets another lariat, gets the pin, and the title change, 27 minutes and 15 seconds. Yeah, I again, like, if you're going to win match of the year, probably not, but I want people to remember this when in the voting and at least consider it. Like, I love this match. It's fantastic.
Oh, absolutely. It's definitely a great, it's definitely one of those matches that you don't pass on after it's over right away. Like you can, how we talk about it here all the time on the show. We've watched so much wrestling that sometimes matches lose their meaning. But this one really was a good one. It's up there. It's up there for the first 4 or 5 months of the year so far.
And credit to Marcus Mather for this reign. 658 days as champion, 18 successful title defenses. And he loses to Mike Santana, who fantastic. Like it's not like he lost to some guy randomly, like, really, this guy?
I'm glad you made that point.
And he showed up on NXT a week later.
Which is incredible. Yeah, and it's incredible for ETU, and it's incredible for Mike Santana. So holy shit. Yeah. I mean,
WWE guy losing the title, and the guy that beat him showed up on WWE TV a week later.
Yeah, I mean, it's. I haven't seen Mather so much on Evolve lately. I don't know what they're doing with him unless they're going to repackage him on that side as well. I think he's taking a trip to Japan. I don't know, but it was time for him to drop the belt because you laid it out how many matches he had. I think it was definitely time for ETU to get like a fresh champion in there.
Okay, and I like the fact, and Santana, is in TNA right now, which is why he can NXT, part of that agreement, and that's perfectly fine. I'm glad to see Mike Santana going to get more exposure with the whole thing. He proved it here, just fantastic.
Absolutely, and Mike Santana will sign with the major company before the year is over. I think he still looks great, and he's still bigger and wider and thicker than every single indie guy. He looks still like a guy who can be on television every week. So I can't honestly, and with the momentum he's got, especially showing up on TV, I just can't see him not signing with NXT probably or WWE before the year's out. I know he's already been in AEW, so I mean, he's in TNA now. There's no reason why he shouldn't eventually end up on NXT or one of their programmings.
Okay, and of course, the next show will be Summer Madness 3 on July 13th. So much wrestling that weekend. God damn. So much wrestling that fucking weekend.
When, July 13th?
Yeah, the 12th is All In and Saturday Night Main Event, and I think NXT's even running a show that day. And the 13th going to be Evolution, and then this show here.
Well, the week after is also
Absolution's the following week. So
Absolution, and I think the weekend of the 19th, TNA is doing a pay-per-view in New York, in Long Island.
I think you're right.
Yeah, and the Saturday is the Wrestling Under the Stars thing too.
Yes,
So
there's a shit ton coming in July for like back-to-back weeks, and then SummerSlam out here, and I think GCW's running at that stupid mall again. Which I'll go this time. I did not go last time. I'll definitely go. I know Kyle's coming in from Mr. OTM, and the entire OTM crew is coming in. So I think we'll go out for dinner that Thursday, and then Friday we'll go to the GCW show. They're going to SummerSlam. I am not going to SummerSlam. But there's a lot of fucking wrestling coming up in June, July, August this year, and a lot more than I even. Well, I'm looking at the dates, and there's something every weekend, and there's multiple shows every weekend I have to choose from. So Summer Madness is still going to be great. The 13th of July, it's a Sunday, 4 o'clock at the Mecca. I'm going to go. I think I'm going to bring like 4 or 5 people at least, and my wife has been talking about wanting to go, believe it or not. So I may actually take her to a ETU show, and then I am thinking maybe she takes the road trip with me for Hell on Earth this year. Me, her, and Harper. Maybe we take a trip out on Black Friday, and we do it this year that way. So who even knows? But I'm thinking if I can get her to enjoy ETU, then we are well back on our way into it.
Yeah, my wife actually wanted to go to WrestleMania, but she wanted to go to New Orleans, and then they took away from New Orleans. So
yeah, well, we don't address that because we don't cover the TV wrestling. But what a crazy fucking turn of events that was.
yeah.
Holy shit! How do you just? That's like going to Super Bowl is booked for New York. Nope, we're changing it. We're putting it back in the same building they did it last year. How the fuck do you tell the town that that's what you decided to do? That's insane.
Yeah, and well, you'll get another one. You'll get another one in an unspecified year. Well, how do I trust you? But you told us you made a big fucking announcement in our city, in our arena on national TV live that we were getting this one. Like, how am I trust you? We're actually going to get it now.
It's madness. It's really fucking madness when you think about it. I've never seen anything like it. And they had to have Triple H go on TV and do some stupid statements. So anyway, back to our review. So what's our ratings, JHawk? What do you give it?
I am giving this show 4 Lariat out of 5.
I'm gonna
go ahead,
give it. Go ahead.
I was gonna do the same. I was gonna do 4 Janai kicks to the sternum out of 5.
I was gonna do 3.5 giants out of 5.
Oh, I like that. 3.5. Yes. Jay Bougie would be the half, right? You'd have the 3 giants.
Yeah.
Well, shit. That was good stuff, and that's a tidy Memorial Day review, and now we can tighten up and get some rest for the evening.
Jared
Jesus.
knows how it would have got 4.5 stars. So
Yeah, we all do, don't we?
Yeah.
don't even have to say it. We all know.
Plugs.
You can follow me on Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, and Blue Sky at RefJHawk, Instagram at JHawk1539. I don't have anything going on in the near future. I did finalize whether I actually worked the show or not. It's going to be up in the air, but when I go to Vegas for Cauliflower Alley, I am going to be there for their On the Fly show.
Oh, nice.
And it's going to be the Sunday night, the August 17th at the Plaza. And the gimmick is that the legends that are in attendance are actually going to decide who works the match. So you don't know who wrestling who until literally like right before the match, and you got to do the match on the fly.
Better start giving out the hand jobs now, JHawk, if you want those guys to choose you.
Yeah, so it's literally going to I guess it's literally been, okay, you pick a tag match. I want these 2 guys and these 2 guys, and that guy's the ref. And
that's fucking cool, man. I like that.
I officially signed up for that. I'll be there. Hopefully, I will get to do something on that show. But
JHawk's going to be flying around a lot for that, giving out hand jobs.
Yep, that's what I said.
JHawk's hand job tour.
Yeah, but if you're going to be in Vegas for Cauliflower Alley, come in the day early. Come check that show out. Pretty much any independent wrestler that you can book that day probably going to be there. So should be some fun stuff.
Hashtag sticky fingers.
Jesus Christ. Butter, plug your shit.
Yeah. Plug.
Charly _Butters on Twitter. I'm on Blue Sky as Charly Butters. Instagram Charly Butters. It's private now because I've been posting a lot of backstage stuff and stuff that the public does not need to see from behind the scenes of wrestling.
Speaking of hand job.
Yes. The one that JHawk gave me to be the referee for the IW Guide title match is on there as well. And it's a very sloppy finish. Go check out our YouTube. There's Video Wire number 4 is out, which includes the 6-man tag and the aftermath. What's going on? What's going to happen leading into the shows at the end of July for Neo Pro and beyond. So check that out. That'll be available. I'll put a link in the bio portion to our link tree. Check it out. It's on our YouTube. Should be one of the first things that comes up besides this episode. So that's all I got.
All right, you can find me on Twitter, on X, Twitter, whatever they call it, and Instagram at JGold12. Rate, review, and subscribe. You can wherever you listen to us. Try the Twitter handle IW Guide 1, the Blue Sky handle IW Guide, Patreon.com/IW Guide. I will say that the Patreon, if you had a chance to listen to our 24-hour stream, we put up some stuff, the Video Wire stuff, all the extras that Butter's working on. It is so worth it. Come join the Patreon. We have really reasonable tiers. We just want people to kind of get the content and have some fun with us. So check it out. Don't forget about the merch store over at brainbustertees.com. We have some great new designs. Our pal Will over at Gorilla Press Apparel. Check out Gorilla Press Apparel. He is the official sponsor of the Main Event Wrestling Network. Those are our podcast friends, the Wrestling Junkies, On the Mark Wrestling Podcast, and my show, the NXT Night Shift, tomorrow night, 10:15 live. Anybody wants to call in, write in, do whatever you want. It is a free-for-all. We talk NXT, and it's like a variety show wrapped in a wrestling show. It's a lot of fun. Check out At Odds with Wrestling. The card is going to change, the Super Fantastic Podcast, and our pals at Marks with Mikes. I saw Big JT, Mr. 6'9" at AIW. That dude just gets taller and taller every time I see him. he grabbed my phone for a second to like do something. His hand just swallowed my phone up. It was gone.
Yeah, dude. Anytime he like comes over to dap me up, I'm like, he's a giant. I'm like, holy shit.
That is
and
a huge.
The JHawk looks at me and he's like, you just know everybody. I'm just like, you should know him too.
Yeah.
Like, he's
how do you not
podcaster.
know him? Yeah. Check out our other friends, Time Capsule Toys, Toy Hio, Rubber City Toys, Neo Pro Wrestling, and Pally's Beef Jerky by our very own Kaplan, who he had his bell rung at AIW, and Cap managed to sell all of his beef jerky before said bell ringing. So good for him. That's all I got this week. I'm glad we got a chance to watch the ETU show. Everybody watch it, and Summer Madness is coming. So that's all I got for the week.
Life's short. Watch more indie wrestling.
Happy Memorial Day. See ya.
Don't forget to review and subscribe wherever you listen to us. Find us online at Facebook and Instagram at The Indie Wrestling Guide. And on X or Twitter at IWGuide1.